So it's safe to say that the Sony A7C Mark II will be coming out this year and likely at the end of the year. And we already know pretty much what the specs will be, but there are some surprises that I think are in store for us, and there are also some concerns.
It's coming definitely in 2023, and you know it will have more or less the A7 IV specs, although one trusted source hinted me that there would be a major surprise regarding the A7C.
Now, first and foremost, why I'm going to be pre-ordering this camera right away is because it will have the A7 IV sensor, that beautiful 33 megapixel full frame sensor with that 10-bit color and S-Cinetone, the new menu, breathing compensation, and in a compact body, which is everything that I'm hoping for with the upgrade and probably better than any of us deserve. Plus, it's likely going to have some software upgrades to the processor and hence added features not in the A7 IV. These will be added features similar to what we've seen in the Sony A7R Mark V, because if history repeats itself, the original A7C was an upgraded A7 III, that same sensor with processing components from the A7R Mark IV with the new color science and better autofocus. So what we're going to probably get is some of that new AI autofocusing system, and that is going to be nuts, and that's more than enough reason for me to pre-order it tomorrow if I could. However, there are some drawbacks that people are talking about and one that they're not. And this has made news recently because Sony Alpha Rumors, the only guy I trust, go check out his channel, link below, broke the story along with some possible noteworthy exceptions to the new model, that the A7C Mark II will likely keep the EVF of the current model. And since a lot of people hate that EVF, which I don't, it was disappointing for some. Yeah, my thought is that they have to cut costs somewhere, especially if we have added features, right? So I imagine that they will be targeting a competitive price point above the current model and slightly below the A7 IV. So it's likely going to be something like $2,098 for the body and maybe $2,298 for the body with the kit lens, because they're competing with the new Lumix S5 Mark II and the Canon R6 Mark II also within that price range. And for me, this is the bonus, because if they don't change a thing on the A7C's body, I can reuse all my accessories, especially my cage, and that will save me more money. The only change that I think would be smart is to change the exposure compensation dial to be programmable as it is in the A7 IV. This gives us another custom button, alleviating another common complaint. So now, if you dislike the EVF on the A7C Mark II, then buy the A7 IV. And if you don't need an EVF at all, just buy the FX30. So we can all gripe and be concerned about it, but they have to cut costs somewhere, and they gave us options. Now, the big issue and the gripe that nobody is talking about, and it is something that you should consider before buying the A7C Mark II, but the A7 IV has been known to have overheating issues. However, this problem could get worse in the A7C Mark II. So normally overheating can be solved by adding a fan or some sort of cooling system, which usually results in a bigger body. So if you're taking that sensor, which already overheats, and putting it into a smaller body with less room for heat dissipation, then you're likely going to have more overheating issues. Now, it is possible that you can solve this problem with the software and the processor itself, redirecting how the speed of the sensor and the readout work. So this is a possibility now, but it is worth being concerned about, as this camera for me is almost too good to be true. So we have the 33 megapixel sensor, that 10-bit color, the S-Cinetone, that updated artificial intelligence autofocus, and all of that in a compact, almost pocketable body for about $2,000. Well, it makes sense that there's going to be some drawbacks, and that might be one of them. So regardless, I am going to pre-order it, probably as soon as I'm able, and I know I'm jumping the gun here, as we'll have to wait and see what the final specs are when this product is officially announced. But as of today, I can't wait for it. I'm scratching out that 10-bit. So thank you for your time and attention. Please consider following along and subscribing, as I have a bunch more videos about videos like this on the way. So thanks a lot. Okay, bye.